The first person that I'm going to call is a very close friend of the family, period. Is going to be introduced just as that. Miss Steenie Freeman, please give her a round of applause and give her your ear.
So it's really interesting as I look around and I see the Justice for James t-shirts on. And so when you think about Justice for James, what are we really saying? We're saying that it's just us for James. It's just us demanding change. It's just us refusing to accept the same. It's just us trying to fight and defend and restore the name of James Fowler. It's just us for James. Interestingly enough, I've never met James. I take that back. I never met James prior to his incarceration. But James has inspired me on so many levels. I've had the opportunity to visit him. I've had the opportunity to correspond with him through letters. And no matter what I was going through in my life, any letter that he sent always was positive. And I said, well, I'm here. I'm not there. But yet and still, he's been able to inspire. So that alone speaks magnitudes of the person that he is. Clap it up for that. See, we have to empower ourselves to begin to act. The problem is we, as African Americans, we talk about it, but we won't do anything about it. See, a lot of you guys have Twitter accounts. I'm sure at a time or two, you tweeted Jocelyn, girl, you know you a mess. You might have gave it props to K. Michelle for her new CD. But how many of you have really tweeted your congressmen, your city officials, and demanded that some things change? How many of us have done that? How many of us here actually know who to contact if there is an issue? Not enough of you raised your hands, and that's unacceptable. So while it's just us for James, we need to also know that we have to change. And we have to be willing to step up our game in order to get justice for James. I'm going to close with this. Everywhere you go, you hear no justice, no peace, right? But it's just us fighting for a peace for James. An opportunity where he can hug his mother, dap his dad, congratulate his brother, and kiss his niece. Then you could say, no justice, no peace. Be blessed.
I'm going to bring before you the lovely young niece of James Fowler. She's going to read a letter from James Fowler. So I'm going to ask everyone to be quiet, to be still, and to listen to the direct words of James Henry Fowler as spoken eloquently by his niece, Dominique. Let's give her a hand, man.
Hello. Hi. Good evening. First and foremost, I would like to extend my highest and sincere gratitude to you all for taking out the time of your day to come out and support for my struggle and relentless fight for freedom. These last 20 years have been long and a long journey for me and my family and friends. I continue to stay focused on the ultimate goal of obtaining my complete liberation. To everyone with the knowledge of my innocence, I ask that you continue to lend your support and strength to help bring about justice in my case. To those of you who may not be too familiar with the circumstances surrounding my case, I humbly implore you to visit my website, justiceforjames.net, and familiarize yourself with the facts, so that you may be fully aware of the seriousness and urgency of my case. Prayerfully, it will be a notion for you to join along and offer your continued support in all of our efforts to gain justice. One time is too many to tell any man that he is not free. I know that this misfortune is oftentimes considered a test of one's fidelity, strength, and one's faith. But by the grace of God, I will continue to maintain my constancy and innocence even in the midst of my iniquity. Those who protest at injustice are people of true merit. So with that being said, at this time, please show yourselves and one another much love by putting your hands together.
How y'all doing today?
I said, how y'all doing today? Can I be candid out here? Can I be frank? How many of y'all know James Fowler, man, personally? Raise your hand. How many of y'all love James Fowler personally? Raise your hand. How many of y'all don't know James Fowler? Raise your hand. So I want to say to people that's raising their hand right now, I want to say that y'all faking. Exactly. You know why? Because nobody, how many of you can say that you signed a petition to get this man out of prison? How many of you can say that y'all came out and y'all been a part of this demonstration from day one? How many of y'all can say that y'all wrote congressmen, wrote judges, letters, and things like that on the behalf of this man's freedom? How many of y'all can say that? How many of y'all can say y'all love James Fowler? Raise your hand again. Now, can I be candid again? Was I true when I said you was faking or not?
No. No.
Ask yourself that.
We're here now.
We here now.
Right.
That means we doing, but that means we gotta do something now.
You ready to fight?
So we gotta stop faking. We gotta stop faking. We gotta start being a part of this movement. You know what I'm saying? The hot dogs and the hamburgers and the free t-shirts, that don't mean nothing. We talking about the freedom. We talking about freedom of a man that's been locked up for 20 years for something his best friend did. Something somebody else did. This man been in prison. You know what he been through while he been going through prison? Y'all know what he going through right now? How many of y'all know how many times he been tested, tried, and whatever through prison? This man been locked up for something he ain't do. How many of y'all be on Facebook, Instagram, and all that all day long, but they ain't never go log on to justicewithjames.net? Ask yourself that. It's a reality right here. It's a reality. I'm telling you now, if you feel bad or whatever, if you feel as though I said something wrong, then step to me after this joint is over with. But I'm the big homie of Glass Man in there. The torch been passed down to me. And I'm letting y'all know right now, you need to start logging on to justicefordjames.net and start being a part of this movement to get this man out of prison. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not asking, I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that. Because this same man right here, this same man that's on my chest right now, how many times he done paid your people's rent? How many times this man, I done seen this man make poor family Christmases the best Christmas they ever had in their life. You know what I'm saying? I done seen this man lay down his life because he loved his friends. That's right. This man got 2 life sentences because he ain't snitch on somebody he loved. Right. And he knew he ain't do it. That's right. And everybody know he ain't do it. That's right. So therefore, everybody in this I'm not gonna give no Malcolm X speech, no Martin Luther King speech. I'm gonna keep it straight up real, because that's all I know. That's how I was brought up. That's all I know. And these 2 men right here, Warren Sykes Wanford and Tyrone Davis Bates, they raised me to be like that, and I'm gonna be like that till the day I die. That's all we know. And we not asking. We telling y'all need to start going on justicefordjames.net. If you do not know about this case, you need to read about this case, learn about this case, and reach out to people. A lot of us, we don't know anybody, but we do know a lot of people. So we go on Facebook, we tagging on pictures and things like that. Tag on the justicefordjames.net on your Facebook. You know what I'm saying? We don't need no money or nothing. He's straight with that. We cool with that. He don't need nothing. All he needs is some support for everybody everybody logging on and to getting this thing spread amongst who? The media, man. We got to get the media involved. Right. We got to get this man out of prison, man. That's right. That's right. You know what I'm saying? He been locked up 2 decades beyond his will for something he ain't do. We got to get this man out of prison because guess what? If it was you, he'd be doing way more than you be doing for him. Right. He'd be doing way more than you doing for him. And this whole neighborhood, y'all owe it to him, man. Y'all owe it to him. I'm telling you, you owe it to him, because you can't even believe the sacrifices that he made for this hood. Yeah. James Fowler is Glass Man of 1001 forever. And y'all need to be Glass Man of 1001 forever with him. I love y'all. I came in love. I leave in peace. Y'all need to go on justicefordjames.net.